This video is not about the big, bad world out there and the evil that some people do. This video is about you. If this video appeared in your life today, I want you to take a moment and ask yourself these questions. Why this video? Why today? And why now? Because sometimes in life, the right message comes to us exactly when we are about to lose hope. And I'm going to make you a promise right now. If you stay with me until the end, something in your mind will shift. And when the mind shift happens, your timeline shifts. One of the superpowers we have that nobody ever taught us is this. You can change your timeline in a second. I'm not talking about running away. I'm not talking about pretending that the world doesn't exist. I'm not talking about fantasy. I'm talking about something very real. Because the moment you change what you believe is possible, the moment you change what you decide to do, the moment you change what you focus on every day, you are no longer living in the same future as the person who did not change. Same world, same country, same economy, same politics, different timeline. And today, I'm going to show you how that works. Namaste. Let me explain this in a very simple way. Imagine two people. They live in the same city, same economy, same government, same problems. One person spends the next 10 years watching the news, complaining, being angry, being scared, not really learning anything, not changing, not building anything, just surviving. Another person spends the next 10 years learning, building skills, taking care of health, meeting people, starting something small, saving money, staying calm, helping others. After 10 years, are these two people living in the same timeline? No. They live in completely different worlds. That is what I mean by timeline shift. Timeline shift is not magic. Timeline shift is when your decisions change, your habits change, your skills change, your mindset changes, your friends change, your opportunities change, your health changes, and your confidence changes. And slowly, your life goes in a completely different direction. Let me tell you some truth. You were never fully in control anyway. You did not choose where you were born, which family you were born into, what time period you were born into, your genetics, your childhood. You arrived here. And from that moment, life has always been uncertain. So the idea that life was supposed to be stable and predictable was never true. Life has always been uncertain. But here's the thing. Even in uncertain times, some people build beautiful lives. Not perfect lives, but meaningful lives, peaceful lives, lives worth living. Now, I want to do something very important. I want to plant a few seeds in your mind. Because many people right now, when they think about the future, they only see darkness. So let me show you some other timelines that also exist. Maybe 5 years from now. You're not a billionaire, but you are out of debt and you're doing well. And you cannot simply believe how you got there. You sleep peacefully, you have more than enough income, a good income, a few good friends, and no anxiety in your chest. That timeline exists. Maybe 5 years from now, you become the person in your family that everyone comes to for advice. And that's not because you're rich, but because you're a calm person. You understand life, and people trust you. That timeline exists. Maybe 3 years from now, you start a small business. Nothing big, just something simple. And slowly, it grows and it pays your bills. And you don't have to ask anyone for permission to live your life anymore. That timeline exists too. Maybe 2 years from now, you are healthier than you are today. Your body is lighter. Your mind is calmer. You walk every day. You breathe deeply. You're not rich, but you're alive. And you feel good inside your body. And that timeline exists too. Maybe 10 years from now, you are the grandparent that your grandchildren love to sit next to because you tell them amazing stories. You teach them things. And you're not a bitter old person. You're a wise old person. And that timeline exists too. Maybe you write a book. Maybe you teach. Maybe you help people. Maybe you build something. Maybe you grow food in the backyard. Maybe you fix things. Maybe you become a guide, a mentor. Maybe you become the strong one in your family. And these timelines also exist. Most people think there are only two timelines: success or failure, rich or poor, winner or loser. And that's not true. There is another timeline, a peaceful timeline. Not necessarily rich or famous or powerful, but peaceful, meaningful, respected, loved, calm and wise. That timeline is available to almost everyone. But very few people choose it consciously. If you talk to almost any older person who lived a long life, they will tell you something very interesting. They will tell you that their life changed not because of one big moment, but because of few small decisions that they made, a few people they met, a few changes they took, a few moments when they did not give up. Life is not one big miracle. Life is 10, 20 small miracles spread across 40, 50 years. But you only meet those miracles if you stay in the game. Because the biggest tragedy is not dying. The biggest tragedy is slowly giving up on life while you're still alive. Now, I want you to try something tonight. Sit quietly. No phone, no noise. Just sit and breathe. Then close your eyes and imagine this. In front of you, there are two doors. One door says Fear Timeline. The other door says Conscious Timeline. Behind the Fear Timeline, you wake up every day scared, angry, complaining, blaming, watching the big bad news, feeling powerless, slowly becoming bitter, becoming tired and losing hope. Behind the conscious timeline door, the world is still difficult, but you are different. You are learning, you're building, you're walking along, breathing, helping people, saving, meeting good people, and becoming stronger, becoming calmer, becoming wiser, becoming someone your family can rely on, becoming someone who is not afraid of life. The world outside may be the same, but your life becomes completely different based on which door you walk through every day. And here's something interesting. The door you walk through is chosen by what you do every day. It's not chosen by the government, not by the economy, but by your daily actions, daily thoughts, and daily habits. That is how timeline changes. If you're broke right now, then listen carefully. Because I know being broke is a situation. It's not an identity. Being lost is a situation. It's not your identity. Being older is a situation. It's not the end of your story. As long as you're breathing, your story is not finished. You're not watching this by accident. Sometimes the right ideas comes to us at the exact moment that we are about to give up. This may not be for everyone, but this is definitely for some people. If you're hearing this, maybe this is the moment in your life where the story changes. Not the big bad world out there. Your story. Close your eyes tonight and imagine yourself 10 years from now. Not a billionaire, not famous or anything, but imagine being calm, healthy. Imagine being wiser, surrounded by a few good people, doing something meaningful. Not afraid of the world, not full of regret or not full of anger, but full of understanding. That life is still possible, and that timeline still exists. But you have to start walking toward it. Slowly, one decision at a time, one habit at a time, one day at a time. The world may go through dark times. Human history always has. But your mind does not have to be dark. And I want to tell you something very important here. Never carry evil people in your mind. Never carry the people who destroys lives, who start wars, who hurt innocent people, who lies all the time, who manipulates, who abuse power. Do not carry them in your mind every day. Because if you carry them in your mind, they are still controlling your life. You think you're hating them, but actually they are living in your head rent-free. And they are stealing your peace. They're stealing your energy. They're stealing your future, your timeline. Listen carefully. People who do evil in this world, people who destroy other people's lives, people who abuse power, they will meet their consequences. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but no human being escapes the consequences of their action. You don't need to carry that burden in your mind. Life will take care of that. And history has shown this again and again and again. Empires fall, tyrants fall, evil people fall, corrupt systems fall. They all fall. But while you're carrying hatred for them in your heart, your life is also falling. So you don't carry evil people in your mind. Leave them to their destiny. You focus on building your destiny. Your heart does not have to be bitter. Your life does not have to be meaningless. Do not try to control the whole world. Just control your mind. Your health, control your skills. Control your character. Control your action. If you do that for the next 10 years, you will not be living in the same timeline as the person who choose fear. You'll be living in a timeline of a person who became strong, who became calm and wise during difficult times. And that life is a life worth living. Namaste.